So the next thing we want to do is let's constrain the player to the camera. So as you can see, we have a camera here. And you can get off screen. Yeah. So in this prototype, I don't expect the player to get off screen, but the ships are going to come from the right. And, you know, there's going to be scrolling back. And for this, I actually already have some code that I want to use. So I'm just going to use it because I did something similar to in another game. Let's create another folder for camera because we might have more than camera thing. I put it in here. So I'll go through this code really quickly. It's pretty straightforward. I want to attach it to the main camera here. Camera. Open it up. Here it is. So it's really easy. Essentially we're giving a min x, min y, min x and y, and we're going to be able to constrain it to those values. So given a position, we can constrain that position, you know, to those values. So, and then I also have a buffer here, so if we want to add a little bit of buffer, and then I'll just on the unit is awake function, I initialize it by taking the orthographic size of the camera. We're using an orthographic camera. The orthographic size is 5, right? The right here is 5. The background, I make it better. Okay, it's hard to see these lines, but you can tell there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So there's 5 down and 5 up. That's essentially what it's doing. So that's constant if I change my screen resolution. So if I change it to smaller, or if I change it to whatever, let's change it to not 1. That. Okay, it's still going to be 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up, 5 down. So it's going to be like a constant value that we can use. So going back to my resolution, which was probably 1080p or 6x9. We could set up some like points in here on these corners here and just like use those to calculate it, but it's not a very good you know, if you change your camera resolution, you're going to have to adjust those points and stuff, and that's not a very good thing. So instead we'll use this constrain to camera function to constrain. And so the vertical extent is the orthographic size, so this is 5 down and 5 up. And then we can use the aspect ratio, you know, screen width by screen height, and multiply it by the vertical extent to get the horizontal extent. And then we can just add the buffer, or subtract the buffer, or add the buffer, or whatever, you know, from it to get the min and the max, essentially. So subtract the buffer, whatever, based on which one's bigger. So if the buffer was 1 and the horizontal extent was 5, then it'll be -4, right? -4. So, and then, you know, just do that for down, and then all this is doing a clamp. So I'm going to clamp this x position between these two values, and this is going to do clamp the y position between these. Pretty simple. Let me So for this to work, the player is going to have to know about the ship, right? So, well, for this test, we can just put it here, but this is not a final solution, I'd say, because probably going to instantiate our player at some point, and yeah. So we won't be able to have a reference to the main camera. We can always get it. We can do a get from the main camera, but constrain to camera, which might be a good solution or a better solution. Okay, so now I did my math right, or if I did the thing right. Oops. Oh, no reference happens. I didn't assign the reference. Going to see what's going on here. See, oh, he gets stopped now. Stop. Oh, stop down there. I wonder. Guess he stopped. Oh, he stopped one lower. Is that it all? Do some math. -5. Yeah, looks rightish. Alright, well, let's debug it, I guess. Let's add a little buffer on there so that we can actually see like something. So let's add a buffer of 3. Oh, so can't get. Three, 2, 3. Only 1, 2. Happening. 2. Position. Oh yeah, Kevin was going about LOL the other day. Oh, you hear Coletti? Pizza. So try that. Checking in. Fun agile stuff. Why would this not clamp right? Critical extent. Yeah, sounds like fun. Reading agile stuff. So, why is this not clamping? I think the position is 0, right? Not doing something funky here. Okay, let's see. That seems right. Min X, min Y. Looks right. Oh, figure it out later, I guess. So now it's at least clamping to the area. Let's make the thing smaller. If you jump on Discord, you can chat with me if you want. Like, I'm in the channel. You might have to mute the stream though. Oh no, I didn't mean to start up my OneNote. Yeah, I think I'm. Yeah, oh, no problem, man. Whatever. Alright, so this is 1. That's it. 2. It's off by 1. On left, up and down. I don't know why that would be. Down. Oh, it's a camera. Weird. Camera should be fine. Oh, why is that 0, 0? It's weird. Oh, the camera's up 1. That's why. Plugging 101. Need a bigger place? Yeah. Yeah. Gotta listen to you play LOL last hour. Yeah, it's not fun. So I kept the other day and had my LOL fix. I'm good with LOL for a while, for most of my life. 0.50. Mining. LOL. Which I'm making a, so what am I making? I'm making a, just a prototype for like a space shooter game. Right now I got the little player ship moving around and I just got him constrained to the screen. Yeah, so what's next? Next, I think I'll do the backgrounds. So the game actually looks like it's a game. It looks like it's getting more to be like a game. So again, I have some very simple shaders that I want to put in here that I've already made. Go over them, but they're super simple. So also I have some art that I'm going to use from another project. These in, and then let's create some folder called background or something. And then I have a couple pieces of art that I just took from other projects and stuff. Okay, so how am I going to do this? So first I'm going to do is create a, so I don't want to sprite, I want to mesh. Create a mesh, not a real mesh, like a quad, 3D object here, quad. Least amount of draw calls. I don't need a mesh collider, so I can remove that. And I can scale it to be however big I want it. I'm just say like, oh, let's say 20, excuse me, by 20 or whatever. Maybe 25, just so it fills in little bit past that. So let's actually create an empty script here. Container here. All these backgrounds. So the first thing you want to do is create a material. Create a material. Material will let us make it so that we can actually render it with something. So just for bits, right now we'll just this guy here. Call this far background or something. Name this the same. Oop. Look, we got a little background now. Position is all messed up. Play. So now we got something going on. But as you can see, it's pretty boring. Also rendering shadows, which probably we don't want. Could be a cool something that, but I don't think we want to cache up. But turn it off. Or leave shadows off. But yeah, as you can tell, the thing doesn't move. So one way we could make the thing move is just like create a bunch of backgrounds, and then like kind of like do this thing where whenever like they scroll, they hop back up, but that would be silly. The day is going pretty well. How are you? Will Docta? Is Docta? Is that how you say it? Going. I'm making a little space shooter. We'll see. Oh, okay. Will for sure. The day is going well, my friend. I'm making a little space shooter prototype in Unity. I'm just about to do some scrolling background stuff. Yeah, so I can show you what I got right now, actually. So right now I got space, the player ship moving around. It's clamped to the screen positions, or the camera position. And yeah, I was just saying this static background is no good, so we gotta make it move. And so one way you could do it is just whenever you can make these scroll like this and then pop it forward. But I don't want to have multiple backgrounds in the scene, so I'm going to do it more of like using a shader. So I made these shaders. They're just essentially from you just take the open them and they're essentially the Unity shaders. It's just I'm using the, go back here, far background, go to it, scrolling onlet texture. Instead of using the offset to be an offset of texture, I'm using it as like a scrolling speed. So if I do like 0.5, it's going to scroll that way. Maybe that's too fast, especially for a far background. So let's say 0.2. And I could scroll the Y too if I wanted to make it negative. Is procedurally produced background possible, or is that? No, it's definitely possible. I think that would require a little more work. This is just essentially repeating a texture over and over again. So it like, you can see it like when I run the game, it looks a little better. It scrolls, so it looks like I'm actually flying. Even though my player ship is not really moving, the background is going like it is. So yeah, it's a repeating texture, so yeah. So I'm actually gonna make it a little bigger maybe. So yeah, that's even better, right? Yeah. So now that's one layer. Let's oh, thanks for the follow, man. Yeah. Yeah, I just started. I just started mix streaming, so let's do the middle background. Bam. Are you interested in a lot of games dev stuff, Will? So we gotta create a new material here. Middle background. Web dev. Oh, cool, cool. I am not good at web dev stuff. So this guy, we'll just do an unlit texture. I check the development category when I visit missing. Oh, cool. Yeah. I don't see too much in the development category every time I check. But, you know, there's like 2 or 3 things usually, but not too much. Let's do this guy next. So this guy. That's why I'm starting the trend, yeah. Yeah, I hope so. That'd be cool. This guy's using this. Oh, that looks awful. So this guy, so that was an I'm using unwrapped texture, but there's also this guy has like an alpha channel and stuff. So you probably want to use like an unlit texture transparent here. So yeah, so this little shader makes it so that it's the same sort of shader, it just respects the alpha channel. So this guy can probably scroll a little faster, maybe on the Y a little bit. Make it tile by 2 or something, or maybe 2, 1.2. See how that looks. Yeah. Okay, let's see how it looks combined with this guy. So we're getting a little more stuff going on in the background, which is nice. Nice. Let's lame. It's not as lame. Let's do one more layer. Let's call this the front layer. Let's create a new material. Background. Yeah, man, if you have any questions, shoot them my way, and I'm happy to answer anything. So let's create another drawing texture. So let's use transparent again. We're going to use, I think we didn't use it yet. Let's turn off these other ones for now. Just disabling these guys using these game objects using the little toggle up here. And then let's tile these. 0 point. Let's make these bigger. So I'm making it so like it's less than essentially 1 texture per quad here by making them like half size. Like at 1 and 1, it's like the whole texture is shown on the quad, but by making them half sides, it's, you know, you're not going to see the whole thing at once. And then I can when it scrolls, you'll see a little bit different, you know, differences. Be a little bit different than if you just saw like a repeating texture over and over again. Because if you look at this, it's, you can, with that one especially, you can kind of, let's go a little slower. You can tell the pattern goes and goes, but if I make it a little, make it a bit like half size, it's harder to tell the pattern. And if I make some like Y scrolling here or something, actually let's make it scroll a lot slower. You know, it's going to be hard to tell. It's more subtle. But also, I think I want to make this an additive blend mode. So it essentially multiplies the textures as them together or whatever, adds the alpha together. So looking like something. Let's get in there. Let's get in there. I think these are too. This guy's a little too bright. Let's change. You can. It also takes into account this color here, and you can change the color tint. I'm just going to reduce the alpha on it a little bit. So it's a little bright. I think I'm going to make it a little bigger, so it's not as pixelated. 8. I don't like this that much. Trying to make it parallax effect. Yeah, I'm trying to do like a parallax thing where there's, you know, this guy is like, should be scrolling the slowest, right? The far background, the middle background should be scrolling faster. Yeah. So the foreground layers move at different speeds than the background. Yeah. So this guy should probably scroll a lot slower, right? So 0.0. That looks too slow. 5. Right? And then this guy maybe 0.1. 0.1 and maybe 0.01. A little better, yeah. Yeah. Maybe this is just moving way too fast. They should all move in the same direction, yeah. This is just moving super slow. That. I don't know. I'm gonna make it more subtle. Yeah, I like that better. It's more subtle. A little more. Yeah, that's what I want. Something like that. And then like maybe a 0, 0, 0, something to keep it like moving. Yeah, that was the idea. Cool. We got something going. So I'm also going to change my shift speed because I feel a little sluggish. I want to be a little faster. I have a little, where I keep my ship data here. I think I'm going to make it so it's like 7, a little faster. My acceleration is 7, my speed's 5. It takes less than a second to get to full speed. Do next. Maybe make some enemies. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. If you did, hit the like button, and if you want to see more, hit the subscribe button. I'm also happy to answer any questions or comments below. Thanks so much for watching.